WSAZ News Channel 3 with Tim Ear, Jessica Ralston, and meteorologist Chris Bailey. This is News Channel 3 5:30 edition.
Going online to rally support, voting in a whole new way, and preparing for 2012.
News Channel 3's Michael Hyland gets us up to date on what's going on in the political world at the Capitol.
We start this week in West Virginia, where one concerned businessman has developed a new website to make the case for change at the Capitol. Tom Crouser works in the 32nd House District and lives in the 30th House District. What do they have in common? They're both represented by more than one delegate. So he's created a new website called single-delegate.com, where he's pushing for government leaders to end the era of multi-delegate districts.
The 100 people, some of whom happen to be Democrats, some of whom happen to be Republicans, who are most affected, get to decide all this. No voter input, no referendum, nothing. Not even the governor's going to put a check on him, nor is the Senate going to be putting a check on him, so we the people have to do so.
Crouser says this isn't about Republicans or Democrats, but there are many people who disagree with him, saying, of course this is a partisan issue. Some political analysts believe if there were more head-to-head races, Republicans may do better.
Everybody tries to make this about the Democrats and Republicans. And yeah, they can fight it out, but it's not about that. It's about governance for the people of West Virginia, and the function is how the House of Delegates can best represent the people, and that's best done by single-delegate districts.
It's still more than a year before we go to the polls to elect those House members, but maybe one day you won't even have to leave your house to cast a ballot. Just last week, the towns of West Hamlin, Bethany, and Harrisville wrapped up a pilot program to do early voting by mail. The town of Paw Paw and the city of Morgantown did the same thing earlier this year. The program's been praised for its convenience and the result of more people voting, but there have been some challenges too. Morgantown city leaders found they ended up spending more than double what they expected on their election.
We knew right off the bat as they were going through the process, hold on here, we probably could have saved them more money, or they could have saved themselves more money by even using smaller envelopes to mail out the ballots. And that was just one example, and that's one look that we will take to improve the process the next time that they do vote by mail.
Some people, including state Republican Party leaders, have questioned whether there are enough safeguards in place to ensure the legitimacy of these votes. But Secretary Tennant says her office has put a lot of work into this ahead of time to ensure that these elections are truly fair. And finally tonight, the biggest election of all, the presidential race in 2012. The Columbus Dispatch reports as the Republicans spend time in the early primary states, the Democratic National Committee is already getting to work in the Buckeye State. Republicans made a lot of gains last November, so Democrats are expecting a very tough fight if President Obama is going to carry the state again next year. Obama won Ohio by just 4.5 points in 2008. You'll find a link to Tom Crouser's website as well as more about these other stories on my new political blog at the Capitol. Just log on to WSAZ.com.
All right, thanks, Michael. Up next, damage at the Downs.
Why some workers were racing to round up the horses after strong storms.